Now that you have helped yourself, now that you've done got deliverance, because sometimes it's hard to shake people, y'all. Sometimes it is absolutely difficult to shake certain ones, remove certain ones, walk away, close the door, lock the door, leave things where they're at because they're no longer benefiting you. There's no value in dealing with such people who deflate your energy, who intentionally want to talk negative, be a negative influence, just believe in things to go wrong for you. And the messed up thing about this is some of these very people you thought that you could confide in. And when you didn't necessarily look at it like you were confiding in them, you were just having a carefree conversation. But then you started to notice, or it got back to you. See, these conversations, the way these forces work, they have a way of coming back around and what they thought you wasn't going to hear, but you did wind up hearing it, or what you wind up feeling. You necessarily didn't even have to like hear the conversation, that it had to circle back around like on, well, this was mentioned. Not that that person was trying to, the other person was trying to start anything, but it was made mention. Meaning, as an example, you went back to school. Let's say you went back to school, but the job that you put in for, you didn't get. But you took the necessary steps to go to school, go back to school, in hopes of getting a better position. But some kind of way, instead of being celebrated that you took those steps, that you had a mind, you had the energy, you had a made up mind at that, and you put in the time. Some days you didn't feel like completing an assignment, but you did it because you knew you wanted to get to the finish line. But some kind of way it turns on you. Instead of you being celebrated, it's being said, well, it's not my fault. They didn't make it. They didn't get the job. Not that you was complaining, not that you was saying, I can't believe, or trying to place blame on. Just having a simple conversation. I didn't get the job, but some kind of way. See, that just goes to show you people's minds are so twisted up. People sometimes don't even know what to say. Say you got fired on the job and you were telling the person about the experience who you thought was your friend, or you thought was your family, or you thought was, somebody that you can confide in, your other half, whatever. Because, these people come in all shapes, sizes. It don't matter. It don't matter what the relation is, because when people are not for you, they're just not for you. But you took the time out to say, look, I need to get myself together. It's about my self-care. It's about my self-love, your mental health state, your physical health state, and your financial pockets. Because sometimes you got these people out here that just, it just ain't good enough. They want more and more and more. More money to ask for. Can they borrow? They want more of your time to get in your head from what you was taking care of. Now your focus becomes whatever their negative self is. But you walked away. Let me tell you, when you walk away and you giving God the praise, when you just thanking God for the victory, I made it out. I walked away. I was able to do it. It's about me now. Okay? It's about you. That's when this confusion starts in. That's when the enemy can't seem to figure out, okay, what do I do now? See, they done got uncomfortable. Now they're trying to walk back in your life by any means necessary. See, the enemy knows how to entice you. They know what conversations to use against you, that you might fall back into that slump with these people. Sometimes it just has to be accepted. People are out here to just do you no good. And people sometimes don't know how to get over it. Like now that you are in your space of restoration, now they don't know how to just get over it. Like when they wanted you to just get over some hurts, that they've caused you when they wanted you to just get over of some things that they said they shouldn't have said. They want you to just get over of them shrugging their shoulders at you when you may have asked them for a simple glass of water, a bottled water, a fork, a paper plate. I'm just saying, people act weird. People act weird on some weird stuff, but they want you to just get over it when they act funny. Now they want to call, they want to text. It's just out of control. They want to bombard you, invite you out, try to be the ideal person now. Now that you done walked away and rid yourself of them. Now, I'm not saying that, to cut people off. I always try to make that clear. But see, some people have a way of thinking sometimes that y'all supposed to go back to the way it was. But see, sometimes when you go back to the way it was, that person hasn't gotten themselves together. Then they're going to continue to repeat what already caused the breakdown in the friendship, relationship situation in the first place. But yet they want you to get over it and they want to come back in your life like nothing happened. See, they haven't had a come to Jesus meeting to realize themselves because they was busy trying to point out, well, no, because now you owe me an apology for this. They trying to think of just the smallest little thing to try to use against you to confuse you, to try to confuse your mind, to confuse your state. You are already in a healthy state of letting go of what used to be, which you will no longer accept. But they want to continue to be comfortable and try to confuse the situation like they're a better version of themselves today. Now, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Ain't nobody trying to judge, but you have to decide, how do you actually feel when they come around? They talking about they done made some changes, made some adjustments. Well, if that's the case, does an announcement really need to be made? Wouldn't signs and wonders follow that? Sometimes not. And it's too bad because we are in a society where a lot of times we already have our guard up. And that's just dealing with family because family have done you wrong. That's just dealing with a former best friend because they have done you wrong. That's dealing with an ex of some sort because they have done you wrong. But when true forgiveness, if they really have made a turnaround and really want to be okay with you, you will know. You will be able to feel that in your heart. But just be, careful who you allow back in and what steps they trying to take to get back in with you, no matter who it is. And that's where those boundaries come in at. What has to be set aside, what you will and will not accept if you decide to refreshen the friendship, relationship, whatever it is that you may have had with this person. It has to be decided already in advance, because in that way, the new people that you meet or somebody else that you might have a restored relationship with, you'll be able to already put it in focus. Because sometimes we wonder, how did I attract that same person? Or I ain't talked to this person in years and now they done popped up and trying these same tactics. It don't matter who it is. I'm not talking about just relationship wise of, dating, being married, or, going through some type of a partnership. I'm not just talking about only that. I'm talking about people, human beings. Because you just never know. People will pretend. People out here pretending like they brand new, trying to fake themselves out, and then they get uncomfortable when you call them out for who they are. But sometimes people do need to be called out, and sometimes people is not worth even letting back in. Protect your space. Protect what is best for you. You yourself comes first.